In this video, I'm going to tell you how you can stop caring about the negative things that other people think about you. Now, before I get into the answer to the question, don't forget that if you've got a dating question that you'd like help with, all you have to do is either comment down below and I'll go through and pick one for a future video. And of course, if this is your first time to the channel, don't forget to click subscribe and hit the tiny notification button so you don't miss out on any of the other videos. Now, there are many reasons why you wouldn't want to allow somebody else's negative opinions of you or what you're doing affect you. One of the biggest comes down to the fact that anyone who has a negative thought or feeling about you, if it is a one-off, then that's probably not someone you want to date anyway. I want you to imagine that you've got 10 people, and the 10 people are on a spectrum of the person that really, really likes you and wants to date you, and the person that really, really doesn't like you and doesn't want anything to do with you. That means there are 10% of that crowd of people that are just going to say bad things to you and make you feel bad. If you hear them and let them affect you, then the 10% that really, really like you aren't going to get to meet the real you, because you're going to be holding yourself back, you're going to be not acting in the way that they would actually find you attractive, and you're going to miss out on dating the one person who would actually be a perfect match for you. There is an exception here, and the exception is if all 10 people don't like your behavior, then actually that's a really good cause for change. When it comes to dating, I find a good example of this is people that say, I'm not going to change for anybody. And that's an absolutely fair statement. Well, depending on what that change is. For example, if you smell really bad, refusing to change for everybody is actually offensive to others. So you're taking an action that everybody won't like. So it's really about, using your own judgment here. But by and large, if you've just got a small group of people that are saying something negative about you, but that viewpoint isn't shared by other people at large, then you really need to be able to get past without allowing it to affect you. One of the easiest ways to do this, and to also work out whether this is something that affects everybody or something that just affects a small group of people, is when you're given negative critiques or a judgment about yourself, rather than taking it to heart or deciding to do anything about it, go to somebody you trust. This shouldn't be a family member, by the way, because they tend to be either incredibly critical or completely, oh no, don't worry about that, it doesn't mean anything. Instead, it's better to go to a friend or a co-worker. Take them out to a coffee, remember, because you're about to take some advice from them, so it's totally worth giving somebody at least the cost of a coffee to ask them the question, and say, hey, listen, a couple of friends or a couple of people that I know have said this negative thing about me. I just want confirmation from somebody whose opinion I trust. Would you say there is any validity to what they said? Now, this is really powerful because this friend who knows you is now going to tell you whether that is something that is an issue or it isn't. If they think it is an issue, then you know that this is an action step that you can take towards fixing. And that way it's not going to affect you because you're going to make it go away. And then anyone that says it to you in the future, you know it's not true. For example, if once you used to smell and now you don't, you get to know that you don't smell. And so if they say negative things about you smelling, you can be like, I don't really care what you say, I know you're full of crap. On the other hand, if they say, no, that's just really not a problem, then you know that it's completely false. This double checking is so important because what we're dealing with here is the brain chemical of serotonin, which is the desire to chase the approval of our peers. And when somebody gives you something negative, that can actually trigger cortisol, which stresses you out and makes you feel really bad. And it will actually discourage you from going and talking to other people and developing your social group. And you can become very reclusive and you can start avoiding people. It makes it very difficult to date somebody. On the other hand, by getting confirmation from the same peer group but different people that it's actually not a problem or exactly what you could do to fix it, you can make the problem go away, and then you really don't have to worry about anything negative that anybody says. And while the negative people, that bottom 10%, may still say negative things, you know that from the 30% up, the other 70% of people all think that you're absolutely great. And if you continue acting the way that you are, that top 10%, the ones that are naturally attracted to you, that you also find attractive, are going to be much more drawn to you because you're being your real self. So I hope that helps. If you've got any clarifying questions about this, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll try and get one of my team members to go through and add extra information if needed. And also don't forget, if you've got a dating question that you want to help with, all you have to do is leave a question down below and we'll go through and pick one for a future video. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.